Hello, and welcome back to another episode of X4. So, a lot has changed since the last episode. I spent some time off camera. One, finding out where that mission was leading us, and I forgot that Hatikva had a second sector. So I'm in Hatikva's choice 3, um, just sitting out here chilling. But in the interim, I let my money build up, and some things have changed. For one, I have gotten my faction with Sigaris up to positive 12. I did find out that you have to have a positive 20 for sure. I thought it was 20 to be in the last episode, but I confirmed it while I was off camera. So I can't buy the headquarters module until I am at plus 20. But I am well on my way. The second thing that has changed is I have started building a station out in Sigaris controlled territory. This is a very large station. um, the cost to build this is 14 million credits. So that I have only got about 4 million left shows you how long I've been working on this. Plus, I've got a lot of stuff in the storage. So, like my computronic substrate and silicon carbide are well into the green. So, even if I didn't contribute funds to this for a while, it it would be a bit before I ran out of materials. So this is an overview of how many modules this station has. Um, that's on top of the, I think, almost 3 million credits I had to spend just to buy the components that I needed to build the station. So I had to buy the energy cell production, the dock area, all of the little structures, um, the container storage, as well as a few other things. So it's a lot of credits that I had to spend to get up to this point. Um, so yeah, it was a lot of just sitting there and letting the game run in the background and just accumulate credits from this little patch of miners right here. These guys are my workhorse at the moment. Like you can see 535,000 credits coming in, and that was just from one. I've got another one that's about to dock. These guys over here are not really earning me a whole lot, but I mean it's raising my fraction with Argon, which will be nice when I need to buy modules from them. One of the other things that happened is, so scout ships are not really a good ship to put into combat situations, especially when the um the Xenon are just funneling as many ships as they possibly can into a sector to try and break down the defenses. So I lost 2 scout ships, both of them with huge amounts of stuff in their inventory. So I kind of gave up the goat on that, and I'm going to leave that mission for later. I've already got the ship. Um, while I do want to continue the storyline, like here's the ship right here. It's a good ship. I prefer the maneuverability of small to medium ships. Um, I do want to see the end of the storyline, but I can worry about that later. The last thing that I did is I created my first fleet. So we bought a Cerberus Vanguard. Um, So here's the specs on it: plasma turrets, flak turrets, combat engines, combat thrusters, defense drones, repair drones. It's decked out. And on top of that, I also gave him some squaddies. So I bought 2 Quasar Vanguards. Oh, oops. So again, Mark III shield generators, Mark III combat thrusters. So a lot of credits. And then bolt repeaters as weapons. And there's 2 of them that are identical that are set up as squad or as subordinates. So when we're out fighting, I can send them out and they'll go out and just rain terror on whatever is trying to attack us. So yeah, that's a brief chup. Plus I've done some exploration of the area. I exposed a lot of the area here and here, well, in the Terran areas. I found this area. I found this, which is kind of an interesting thing. I may need to come and look at this because I don't understand why it's blue when it's clearly a xenon controlled. Oh, I didn't notice that. It has no owner. Okay. Well, I mean, it says xenon power array, and there was a xenon destroyer that was guarding it. So I thought for sure that this was a xenon installation, but apparently it's not. So yeah, Adventurer's Promise. I explored Orbelt. Well, okay, so there's something weird going on with the fly and wait command. It's leaving these big sections of unexplored fog of war, even though they've clearly gone through it. Like, for example, where is he? He's right here right now. So I set these whole sectors to be explored, and chunks are not being explored. Like here, for example, this is one that's been completed. I sent this person or the ship through this, and it's not doing it. I know that there's a mod for better exploration, but I really don't like using mods in X4 because they penalize you pretty hard for doing it. So I'm just gonna steer away from it, and I'll come back and clean it up later. But yeah, so those are the things that have changed. I'm just kind of waiting for my faction with Sagaris to get better. That way I can buy the module that I need to be able to take over sectors. Let's go ahead and get this primed up. So yeah, I'm just waiting on my rep to go up high enough that I can go and buy. Oh yeah, this is what happens if you incrementally add money. You get this little buildup of trading ships that just kind of sit there. So yeah, if you can do your station budget all at once, do it, because otherwise you get this mess right here. It's funny, but you know. But yeah, so I'm just gonna wait for my Sagaris faction rep to get up to 20 so that I can buy the headquarters module, and then I can start building out from. I mean, technically, I could start building out from there now, just by building trading stations. So, for example, this guy right here. Oops. Not that. So just from sitting there for, I don't know, an hour or so, let's go look at the trading ship. So just from sitting out there an hour or so, he can already send them up to 2 gates distance. It defaults and starts at 1 based on their management skill, and it goes up to 5 gates. So just from doing nothing, just sitting there and managing this one ship, he's already leveled up once, and I'm pretty sure he's on his way to doing it again. So if you want to be able to do mining and all that stuff, your best bet is to set up one of these stations, set a manager to it, and then just let it go. They level up extremely fast. It's insane how fast they level up. Much, much faster than your pilots. And we're already on energy cell production number 13. If you look at the logical overview, there are 48 energy cell modules planned. And to top it all off, half of the energy cells that I needed to build this station were produced by the station. And I just had this trader here deliver them, and yeah. So that said, we don't have a lot of energy cells in there, so the price is too high, and most people aren't buying for 22 credits. So I just have to let some stock build up, and then after stock builds up, this guy will finally have some trades, and I'll start getting some cash in the station. Right now, this station hasn't made any money. It's still kind of bleeding me dry for the construction costs, but I'm only I'm halfway to the end of it. So I need 4.6 million left, and I have 2.3 in there. So we're close. All right. So last episode, I was looking for the Hatikva Argon. I'm sorry, the Argon versus Xenon mission.
Cerberus,
I found it.
Vanguard.
Like I said, I forgot that Hatikva's Choice had a second part, which is where the station was at. So we're here now, and I'm going to go and talk to the faction representative, get that started, and then we can look and see if there's any missions that I can do. That said, my Argon rep is already quite high, and I don't really need like an influx of cash.
Ah, nice to meet you. My job here is to help coordinate our efforts against the Xenon, and given the threat, we're in need of as many volunteers as we can get. If you're here, it means you have been recognized as an outstanding citizen of the Argon Federation. There is a great need for pilots
or
like
somebody
you.
who just happened to take your
have been a constant threat throughout our history. Many see them as a force of nature, something we have to weather and survive. But the reality is, this is a war. We can't just throw away every passing pilot at the enemy. Any potential recruits will undergo a probation period. Each engagement needs to be a victory or they'll overrun us. I'm sure you knew that, or you wouldn't be here. Let's get started. Any questions?
What kind of jobs can I expect?
There will be a wide range of tasks, from combat deployments to construction work. Depending on the situation, you will have a selection of tasks to choose from. You will be paid as you complete your allotted tasks, with a potential bonus at the end.
What can you tell me about them?
The Xenon are a race of intelligent, replicating machines, and they have been a looming threat throughout our history. They were originally created to help the Terrans explore the stars and terraform worlds, but trying to control artificial general intelligence proved costly. And now, hundreds of years later, we're still trying to clean up their mistake, but we have no idea how far they have spread.
Way far out. What can we do?
All we can do is hold out and prevent them from spreading any
Aaron
further.
is up to 2, by the way,
Every other
from
government,
-9.
allied or not, is faced with the Xenon threat. It's about the only thing we can all agree on. We've even had temporary ceasefires with the Holy Order when faced with a Xenon attack. Quite temporary, though. Anything else?
Let's get started.
Excellent. You will now find tasks related to the Xenon in your mission interface.
Sweet. Okay, so a brief overview of my factions that I have been working on. So Argon is at plus 15. I am 5 away from being able to buy their module that gives me control of a sector. Though I don't tend to use that one because it is extremely expensive. I probably will, though, in this playthrough. Sigaris just jumped up to plus 13 from all the trading I'm doing out here in Fort Cloud. I mean, I'm pretty much supplying this factory and this factory and this factory by myself. I did find out that a lot of the ships that are coming out here are then going here and dropping off materials. So I just started watching them to find out where they were going. So other than that, my faction with the Terran Protectorate. So if you remember from last episode, it was -9. It is now +2. That's literally how long I let it sit there and run. It just like skyrocketed. No other factions have really taken a significant increase, but over the course of time, that'll change. I tend to get all of my factions up to +30, and then I start stealing their sectors from them, which drops me by like 6 or 7 points. But it's fun, and I get control of sectors, and I've already bought all the blueprints at that point, so I really don't care. Okay, so let's see what we have in our mission interface. Snooping around. You know what? Let's do this. There was a mail that came through from him. Some intel on scale plate. SCA Pirate Base, Silent Witness 7. So if we go and look at Silent Witness 7... SCA Pirate Base. So we're going to set that as our destination. Silent Witness 1 is going to be our staging point for that. So let's...
Ma'am.
Cerberus, Vanguard.
I love these ships. They're really, really good, like, entry level.
Autopilot engaged.
Medium ships. So if you're looking for a pretty good entry level medium ship, it's got 4 turrets and two guns, mainline guns. Plus it can hold 2 small ships that you can assign to it in a fleet. And I mean, it's just good. It's got a pretty good sized crew. I don't know. If you're not dealing with Terran. Now, if you're dealing with Terran, I'm going to tell you right now, no ship in the game, hands down, beats the Katana. 2 turrets, 4 guns,
Entering
and the Pulse Laser Mark II, or I'm sorry, the Pulse Proton Barrage Mark II. You don't see it here, but I think there's a Mark II. So the Mark II Proton Barrage is just... ugh. The Terran engines aren't anything to write home about. The shields are fantastic. Their turrets kind of suck, but it is what it is, right? It's not plasma and it's not pulse, but they do the job. And it's a fast and agile ship. You can honestly do a lot of damage with a katana. I think at one point I had the... I had the max speed at almost 7,000 in travel, and it was like 2,000 out of travel. It was just ridiculous. So the katana is just a fantastic medium ship. With the Terran drives, it's I think it edges at the top end, but if you toss what is it, what faction is that? Hold on. Not scale. I keep the Zyarth Patriarchy, whatever faction that is. I don't know why I can't think of it right now, but any of these guys, if you toss their engines on there, oh, it's no contest. It's just insane. All right, we are getting very close to finishing the station off as far as cash needed. Yeah. So we're gonna save a little bit of money because I have a trader that's running around doing stuff. We got 1.1 million left and we're done. But as it stands right now, almost all of the production modules can be bought and paid for. We're just basically paying for storage modules at this point, because I have an additional 4 large storage containers being built on there. I will say the station builder is probably one of the best additions that they've made to this game that I've ever seen. It adds, so you don't have to actually own the modules in order to
disengage.
In order to build your station however you want. All right. Where's my accelerators? So I already had a station build for a let's see where I want to be over here. I already had a station build for that. Why am I in here? Weirdo. I just went in and made some moderate changes to it so that I could do it without I had a hexadock on the bottom of it. I just went in and removed that from the build plan, saved it, and I was able to build it with just basic parts. Because the hexadocks were like, it was somewhere around where are you telling me to go? The hexadock cost about 3.5 million credits. You know what? We're gonna go do some exploration. No, we're not. Go over here. Yeah, the hexadocs are expensive. So yeah, I just pulled the hexadoc off and built it without it. And the total cost
Entering
of
system.
all of the
Silent
blueprints from
witness.
start to end was like just under 3 million, which isn't bad. See, there it is.
Unknown object.
And what are we sitting at? 788,000. We're almost there. Go.
Entering silent witness 11.
All right. So we need to find silent witness 12, which is over this way. We're gonna put in and that should, there we go. There it is. All right, so that's what we're looking for right there.
Quasar Vanguard.
And then we'll go and do our scanning on the SCA pirate base. I don't want to get too far in the hat storyline, because if you do, they start going and taking over sectors that I want for myself. There's several sectors that are available at the game start, but as you progress through different faction storylines, they turn off their inhibitors to going and taking over those sectors themselves. And Hat is one of them. So if you get too far in, they'll eventually start going and taking over sectors, and
Accelerator.
you lose
Silent
the ability
witness
to claim them
12.
yourself. So I usually struggle bust my way through the early game with economy and faction happiness,
Entering silent witness 12.
and that way I can get the most sectors out of it. We got a little bit of ways before we get there, so we're going to go here. We're almost there. Oh, wait. Accept estimate. Done. Okay. So we now have given that station everything they need to build, and I don't have to worry about it. So any money that comes in now is mine. So I'm just going to build up some cash. Like I said, this is a 14 million credit station, plus the 3 million that I had to spend to buy the modules to build it. So not a cheap station. But that station can provide the energy cells needed for 3 or 4
Use your ship's scan mode to look for
high
data leaks.
production
If you have any
stations.
space or EMP modes, you could use them to expose further leaks.
So this one station can provide all the power requirements for several other stations. There we go. Come on. It's not going to let me get to it. Because I'm in a medium ship. Medium ships have a disadvantage.
Cerberus, Vanguard.
So I am going to get in my spacesuit. Where's the front of the ship? Would you stop? Just gonna move forward. Where is my ship? That's not my ship. Alright, there's my...
Cerberus, Vanguard.
I'm blind. Shush. So the next thing I'm probably going to save up for is the ore, liquid, and either microlattice. I'm sorry, solid, liquid, and either microlattice or protein paste. Why are you not scanning? Let's get closer. There we go. Aiming signal lost. I need the improved spacesuit scanner. Okay.
Docking granted.
Okay, so small hiccup. That's all right. That's easy to get. Where are you telling me to go? Let's go. Okay, so we're going to tell you to dock with the station that we're currently sitting in front
Awaiting
of.
orders.
That is a lot of mines. No, no you're not. Stop that. Dock there. Got to be careful about ships having orders that were queued before you took over as as the commander.
Cerberus, Vanguard.
I mean, I could always get in one of the smaller ships, but I might as well get the upgraded parts to my spacesuit while I'm here. Yeah, Terran's all the way up to 5 already. So this is the dawn of my empire. It starts with a simple, easy solar power array. Trader's Corner. But really, the solar power
Hello,
array
can I
is
help?
a stepping stone
Here you go.
for. All right, so we want the spacesuit thrusters Mark II. We already have the scanner. Bomb launcher and laser. You already have the repair laser. They don't have the level 2 scanner. Okay. They do, however, have what I need to finish that mission with the AGI heuristic cores and the neural networks. But I'm just gonna... Alright, seminar for 1-star crew piloting. Basic seminar piloting. I'm not really worried about it. Alright, so what I am gonna do is grab one of my small ships. Run up and scan that anomaly.
Cerberus, Vanguard.
Unless it's not going to let me unless I do it in my spacesuit, and then I'll have to go find a station that can sell me the upgraded scanner.
Quasar, Vanguard.
All right, we want you.
Ma'am.
Give me. And dock. Gonna turn on our scanner.
Docking granted.
I don't want to dock. There we go.
This is Dal. We're getting data from the worm program. Good work. Get out of there safely.
All right. If I remember correctly. Yep, here it goes. Run.
Docking aborted.
This will be bad news for you.
So I'm just gonna kind of tell you to go over and dock here.
This is Dal.
We've had another freighter targeted by scale plate. No casualties this time, but they're limping home. I hope you found something we can use to make them think twice.
It just so happens that we've gathered a wealth of information on their logistics, thanks to the new recruit. We're prepared to do some harassment of our own.
I'm sick of us being toyed with. I leave it up to you, Dal. Just don't go overboard.
It seems that we have a new mission. I already have something in mind. I'll send you information on the materials you'll need.
Yeah, see, it's already deployed defense drones to counteract these guys. Yeah, I remember this mission. It is bad juju if you decide to stay and fight. Especially if you're not prepared. We're going to remove your orders, let your drones catch up to you. Let the game auto-save, and I'm going to go ahead and dock with...
Entering Silent Witness 11.
Where can I go dock? We're going to start guidance to you. I love these guns. Quasar is like a really good starting, like, I think a Quasar Vanguard only runs recall. Only runs about 600,000. It's really not that expensive. And with, but you have to have level 10 rep with
Docking granted.
with Argon to be able to make one. So not super easy, but I mean level 10. There we go. Yes, and I put the
Successfully docked.
Mark II docking on it.
Welcome.
All right, we're just gonna wait on this drone to get docked with it. Set this guy. Actually, you know what? I can do that off camera. So yeah, that's an overview of the start of an empire. This is the beginning. Pretty easy. And after I got energy cell production up, I set it to use my faction only as the trade rule. To do that, you come here, create a new trade rule, you name it, and then restrict all factions, and it only allows you as the faction to be able to sell it to. So this is the my faction only, and after that, only my solar power plant was able to provide energy cells for the remainder of the construction. So I saved about, I don't know, 500,000 credits, I think. Yeah, it wasn't a whole lot, but I mean, 500,000 credits, 500,000 credits, right? Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this. I'm sorry it was not as long and as informative as it normally is, but yeah, it was. I think next time I'm probably going to start going and buying some more of the modules that I need to be able to kick on production like really wholeheartedly. So the first thing I'll probably build is a Computronics, silicon carbide. It doesn't sell as much as much as Computronic substrate, but it's still very much used for station construction. So you can, one, save a lot of money when you're building your own stations using Terran construction tech. But you can make a profit off of it because it's always in need. The shipyards use it to build ships. Terran construction for ships and other things is very simplistic. So with the base game factions, there's a lot of components that go into building a ship. With Terrans, it's energy cells, Computronic substrate, and silicon carbide. That's it. That's everything that's used to build. Oh, and metallic microlattice. But that's only for like missiles and drones and I think satellites use it. Yeah, it's only like the minimal component, the extra components. The ships and the guns and everything else is built with energy cells, computronic substrate, and silicon carbide. So it's pretty easy to get money built off of just those 3 components. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.